major headline around the league tonight. The Los Angeles Lakers and Miami Heat have agreed to a trade that will send Shaquille O'Neal, one of the greatest big men of all time, to sunny South Florida.
Remember this? So I'm going to bring a championship to Miami, I promise.
If you look at the team that we have on paper, we should have won 79-3.
The Eastern Conference champions, the Miami Heat.
And the Miami Heat are champions of the basketball world!
I came to Miami because of this young fella right here. I knew he was a special player.
You play with Penny, play with Kobe. Go to Miami, play with D-Wade. And you got a championship there, too. How special was that one to win?
It was special because I knew I was getting older. I was starting to lose a little bit. And Pat Riley was awesome. He was awesome. D-Wade was awesome. And, you know, when I got there with D-Wade, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm older. I'm tired. It's your team, D-Wade. First thing I did with D-Wade, we went to a restaurant, and I told him all the stuff that happened bad with me and Kobe. And I said, I'm telling you this, D-Wade, because this could never happen between us. And I said, tomorrow when I go to the press conference, it's your team. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna be your consultant. I'm gonna be your consigliere. You're the Godfather. I'm the top lawyer. We worked together, and we did. And you know, he was great. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have that championship because I really didn't have a Shaq-style finals. Dallas Mavericks did a good job of fronting and backing and double and triple team, but I was always taught to utilize my teammates. Antoine stepped up, Posey stepped up, UD stepped up, Alonzo stepped up defensively. When we were down 0-2, we came back and we had a fiery team meeting. We were just pointing each other out. I'm coming at Gary coming at me, UD. Like, it was just, you know, and we haven't had that. So we finally had that, you know, it was my way of letting the guys.
After two games of the finals.
Yeah, 2 games in the finals. We're at practice, and then we call a team meeting, we go at it. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You need to do this, you need to do that. So
in the NBA Finals,
in the
team
NBA
meeting.
Finals.
Most people laugh at that in the middle of the season when they say, oh,
No.
great, a team meeting. Oh, what's that gonna do? And here
Yeah.
you're down 2-0.
Down 2-0, we call a team meeting, and we're just jumping on each other. Boom, boom, boom. I let that go on for about 30 minutes, and I said, okay, what are we gonna do now? And then we figure out a strategy, you know, because we knew that we could beat them. We knew we just had to take one game at a time. So our focus was to take one game at a time. And Pat Riley had this big bowl in the middle of the floor, and he had a lot of cards. He put stuff in every day. He wouldn't let us see. But he would always pull one card out and say 15 strong. And he was right. And, you know, being that he was there before and he won the championship, the guys believed him. I believed him because, you know, it took coaches like that to get me to play at that next level. You know, no disrespect to all my other coaches, but if I'm playing for a guy that's been there before, I know he knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna follow him to the end. So, you know, we rallied together and, you know, we go up 3-2, and then Pat Riley comes in pissed off. We ain't practicing today. We going here tomorrow, and you better bring one suit. When you get to the airport tomorrow at 12 o'clock, I'm checking. If you ain't got one suit, your ass ain't coming on the plane. So when we got to the airport, he's checking people back, and we actually had to bring one suit. True story. True story. So we get to the airport, he's checking everybody's bag to see if we had one suit. Because he's like, we're up 3-2, we're going on that floor, we're going to end it. There ain't going to be no game 7. And that's what everybody had to think about. And he's probably one of the greatest motivators. Him and Dale Brown, they you know, when they tell stories before a game, you just want to go out and kill people, Ernie.
Is there part of you, because I know you're into leadership, that taps into that and says, boy, that's good. Yeah, I can use that later in life.
It did. And, you know, Pat Riley and Dale Brown are similar guys. They teach never give up. You know, I can remember a game we weren't playing well, and Pat Riley comes in. You guys' mind aren't in it. He comes in with a big bucket of water. It's all up here. You can do anything you want. I'm gonna put my head in that bucket for 3 minutes. And everybody's sitting there like, yeah, the record is 1:30. Like people that go scuba diving, 1:30, maybe 2. And he did it for 3 minutes.
Oh, come on.
3 minutes, Ernie. He stuck his hand. Ask him next time you see him. He stuck
With his hair? He put his hair under there,
yes,
too?
Yes, he stuck
I don't know
it
which
in
part of
for
that
3
is
minutes.
more amazing.
I'm telling you, he did it. So, like, the guys like looking at him like, you know what? he's right. So like his speeches and his stories, and I always tell people that's what always took me to the next level. Not training, not going out and being in the gym 3 hours, conversations.
So those kind of things, whether it's Sarge or whether it's Dale Brown or Phil and his Zen or Pat Riley, those were the kind of things that gave you that oomph that you needed?
Yes, because growing up, it took a disciplinarian to make me who I am. It took a disciplinarian for me to stop being a follower and learn to be a leader. I was a medium-level juvenile delinquent. I used to come home and get in trouble. My father would just say, "Gotta stop being a follower, man. I know your friends wanted to steal a car and you jumped in the car with them. Now everybody's in trouble. You gotta stop that. You gotta learn how to be a leader." So, once I mastered that, and then, it took that type of guy to get me to always go to that next level. Dale Brown was like that. He had a rule that if you miss class, you'll run. I'm a junior. I'm All-American. I'm on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I might be going pro at the end of this year. I might not. I missed class one day. So I'm laying, I'm sleeping, and there's a white hand on my chest. I'm so tired. Guys that went out the night before, and I wake up, and I actually think I'm dead. And I'm like, God? Because, I see a white hand on my chest. And the craziest thing is, I got 3 locks on my door. How the hell did this guy get in my room? So he got his hand on my chest, and I'm like, God? He said, "No, it's me. Get your ass to the track." At 6 a.m., so he ran me. I ran about 15 laps, Ernie, 3 miles. So we run, he stopped, he let you catch your breath, and I never missed class again. Never missed class again. So it took that disciplinarian father-like figure to get me to perform at the next level.
Password. Don't fake the funk on a nasty dunk.
At some point in your career, when you saw the trajectory of your career, you had to think at some point, you know what? This is going to wind up in the Hall of Fame.
I only got confirmation when I heard other people say it. I knew what I had to do. If you can remember, my first commercial was "Don't Fake the Funk on a Nasty Dunk." And it was Kareem, it was Wilt Chamberlain, it was Bill Russell, and it was Bill Walton. And I designed that commercial to keep me motivated and say, you know what? They're going to compare you to these guys. You got to play similar to these guys or better to these guys if you want to reach the pinnacle to where these guys reach. So I knew I had big shoes to fill. I knew I had big expectations. And I knew if I could just come in and, play my own style, my own brand of basketball, that possibly I can get there. If I didn't have any championships, to answer your question, no. Like everybody would say, oh, he's good, he's doing this, doing that, but he doesn't have any championships. But now that I have 4 championships and I dominated the way I did, I can say, yes, I truly believe I am Hall of Famer.
To not have him listening to you at Springfield, making that speech.
A guy asked me the other day, are you happy about the Hall of Fame? And I said, yeah. And he said, you don't have a smile on your face. And this was his dream as well as my dream. He's my stepfather, even though I don't believe in the term stepfather. But when he started teaching me basketball, he always preached 3 names: Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell. He told me everything about those guys. And he was like, he kept saying, if you listen to me, I can make you as good as those guys. Like, I never wanted to be those guys. I wanted to be Dr. J. But once I became 7 foot, I was like, I got to be like these guys. And he would just preach their name all the time. And then when I heard other people say Shaq is similar to these guys, I was like, you know what? All that stuff he was teaching me was correct. Now let me start tuning up. So, let me start tuning up. A quote that my father told me. He called me MBA. I was having a terrible game. He said, what's wrong? Pressure? I said a little bit. He said, when you come home, come see me. So came home, and we took a ride, and we saw a homeless family on a curve. We talked to him. We had a conversation with him. We tried to give him some money, took him to Walmart, got him some clothes, and on the way back, he said, that's pressure. Not knowing where your next meals come from. So you make a lot of money playing this game. You don't ever say that word pressure to me again. And that changed my life, and that changed the way I play. Because you think about it, Ernie, you know, we make a good living, guaranteed contracts. It ain't no pressure. You just go out, do your job, and perform.